So recently, the world's most popular individual YouTuber, PewDiePie, has started up a Minecraft Let's Play. And basically, through the time that he's been playing Minecraft, he's been attempting to progress through the game in what I can only assume is being the end goal of beating it. However, there are a lot of problems that are currently going to happen that could possibly spark the end of the Let's Play itself.
Sven! Oh, he doesn't even want to look at me.
Today we're going to be talking about exactly that. The end of PewDiePie's Minecraft Let's Play is near. Here's why. Now, the most notable thing that can go wrong in the Let's Play is if PewDiePie's in-game dog, known as Sven, is lost or dies within the game. He has said multiple times through the episodes of his Let's Play that he will end the actual series if Sven dies. So because of this, it's only inevitable that eventually something we're going to talk about in this video will make that unfortunately happen. And here's why. In the Java edition of Minecraft, also known as the original edition that I'm pretty sure everyone who was born past the year of 2005 would most likely remember the most, there's a known glitch that can cause the game to forget to spawn any mob in a certain location, and a mob being just a random thing that walks about in this blocky game doing whatever. It could be a pig, it could be a sheep, a cow, a horse, Rip Jorgen, or most notably, a pet dog. So if Sven is lost for too long, or if he's led away from the player's spawn point too far, he will despawn from the game. Even if you have claimed it as your pet and have a name tag for it, the game is obviously not perfect and sometimes the code overwrites itself. Even in the newer updates like 1.13 and 1.14, this glitch still occurs on a regular basis. The Windows 10 edition, on the other hand, does not have this glitch whatsoever, and I'm not entirely sure which version of Minecraft PewDiePie is playing on. However, I think for his best interest, he should switch over to Windows 10 for that particular reason if he wants to keep his dog for any amount of time. And of course, if you want to continue watching his Let's Play videos. However, unfortunately, Windows 10 edition also suffers from an inconvenient glitch. If a pet of any kind that you can tame, such as a cat, a dog, parakeet, or whatever it may be, is left a certain distance away from the player's spawn point, the game has a chance of auto-spawning the pet right next to wherever you might be in a certain situation. Even if you're in the nether or in the end, this could happen. Now, why the game does this, I have no idea, but it just does. And this is definitely pretty rare as well, but it most likely will happen eventually. So if PewDiePie just happens to be in the end fighting the Ender Dragon, Sven might accidentally spawn right next to him and attack the Ender Dragon as well, because once you hit something and your pet dog is nearby, of course, as everyone knows, it will go after it itself. And Sven versus the Ender Dragon is probably not that good of a comparison. But now, speaking of the end, let's discuss how you would actually get there anyways. We're going to assume that PewDiePie would end his Minecraft Let's Play after he beats the game and goes to the end, because there's not really any point to continue on from there. It's more or less free play mode from that point on, and there's no actual real achievements that you can go and get. So unless he would find more fun things to do, like playing with Jack Black for a charity event using his world, there really would be no reason to continue on with that afterwards. So with that being said, we're going to assume that the end is the end. Of course, there's only one way to get to the end in Minecraft, and that's through finding a stronghold and jumping into that portal. And in order to do that, you're gonna need a lot of these things. Eyes of Enders. Now, of course, you craft these with using blaze powder and a ender pearl, which you get by slaying those weird tall black things. There's a 25% chance that an enderman will drop an ender pearl after you murder it, so we're going to assume that you need to kill at least 4 endermen to get 1 ender pearl. A blaze has a 20% chance in dropping a blaze rod, which means you're going to have to kill at least 5 blazes to get blaze powder just to make 1 eye of ender. From that point on, once you have a bunch of these eyes of ender, you need to take into consideration that once you're using them to try to find a stronghold, you're probably going to get some good exercise because it's most likely really far away. On average, a stronghold spawns somewhere in between a 3,000 block radius of where the player first spawns into the world. So we're going to assume it's going to be 1500 blocks away from where PewDiePie is right now. And since an Eye of Ender travels about 30 blocks once you throw it, and there's a 30% chance that it will explode instead of dropping back down so you can collect it again, you're going to end up needing approximately 20 Eyes of Enders just to get to a stronghold location. And also, if you enter the end in a non-Java game, such as Windows 10 or something else like that, if you are unsuccessful in killing that Ender Dragon and you actually get killed yourself, your spawn point will be reset, and if you're not in the Java edition, there's no way to see your coordinates of where you are on the map, which would mean you would also lose Sven. But hopefully none of those things actually happen. So yeah, when it comes down to the basics, the Minecraft game itself is definitely not on your side when you're trying to beat it. So unfortunately, unless PewDiePie is extremely lucky through his playthrough of the game, most likely something will happen which will cause him to rage quit and not play anymore. But I hope not, because watching someone build Swedish flags and meatballs in a block game is my favorite pastime, and it's probably yours too. And make sure you upvote this on Reddit because there will be a submission on the PewDiePie forums, which will be discussing all of these things that could possibly go wrong, and also letting PewDiePie know what he can do to avoid this. Just kidding, I'm not doing that. You can post it on Reddit if you want, but you know, I'm pretty much too lazy for that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're new here, don't forget to gently obliterate the like button, because that will give you 10 years of good luck. And that's not clickbait, that's 100% real. And yeah, you'll see me in the next one.
Hey.